mga kalaban, baka hindi siya maka-score, pero has proven everybody wrong.
Here's Alapag. Nationals up by 6. They turn the ball over. Chutney Gray could have gone all the way. Now asking for a foul. And Watkins will be called for his third.
Well, in as much as it was a disappointing turnover on the part of Jimmy Alapag earlier when the Philippines was running their fast break, the coach will still be happy because they were still able to save that play because of the counter stop by Team Philippines. And more importantly for Philippines, itong si Jamil Watkins will be guilty for his third personal foul, so it's going to be bad news for Kuwait.
Watkins now forced to sit down. And number 9, Khaled Alyayu Haras, is in the game to take his place there. A good look at the Raging Bull. Kaninong paa naman ang kanyang hihilahin yung hapon.
Nakakatakot to dahil nakapula pa naman ito mga Kuwait.
All I know is Stephen Howard is happy. His foot is still with him. He's still attached to his torso. In the meantime, here's Alapag as the Nationals enjoy a 7-point lead, 52-45. Oh, Alapag goes all the way. You know, the great thing about Jimmy, Mapa PBA, Mapa International, he still has that incredible amount of guts to go in the shaded lane where no man of his size ever goes.
Well, he's really a smart player. He sensed that Jamil Watkins is no longer there to offer help side defense once he goes by his opponent. Kaya ngayon tuloy-tuloy na yung penetration niya. At ito maganda rito dahil with Jamil Watkins riding the bench, this is a great opportunity for Team Philippines to really extend their lead at this point. So that's what I'm saying earlier. Mag-hesitate ka because last line of defense would be Jamil Watkins, but without him inside the floor, easy picking yan para kay Jimmy Alapag. We've seen him time and again finish off those layup shots with his left hand as well.
6:13 to go in the third period. Chutney Gray, hand off for Al-Bahar. No go. Velasco with a rebound. And now the Nationals threatening to build their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 9. And Alapag trying to issue a tight bounce pass intended for Mark Tagiwa as the ball goes back to Kuwait.
Well, the problem, aside from yung dami nating mag-turnover, the reason behind that, yung familiarity pa rin eh. Dahil nga hindi naman madalas magkasama itong mga players rito. In fact, they only have like 1 or maybe 2 or at the most 3 practice sessions a week dahil nagpa-practice yan sa mga mother clubs nila. So yung familiarity, makukure natin yan pag mas matagal na tayo magkakasamang maglaro.
Mubarak with a 3. And he has 9 markers. His first field goal since the first quarter. And that will cut down the Philippines lead to 6, 54-48.
But it would be imperative for Team Philippines to extend the defense right now because there's no interior scoring in Jamil Watkins ngayon. Kakapasok lang pala ni Jamil Watkins. And this is a good idea for Rafi Rivas to attack the defense of Jamil dahil nga 3 personal fouls. Ito panay token resistance na lang itong gagawin ni Jamil Watkins from here on.
On the court right now for Kuwait, they have Chutney Gray with a basketball, big Jamil Watkins, Mubarak, Al-Bahar, and number 11 man, Al-Mutari. And Al-Bahar there with a miss from the right flank as the Nationals continue to hold on to a 56-48 lead as we go past the halfway mark of the third chapter. Ontiveros, trying to find Rivas. And the ball was tapped out by Kuwait. Adumal goes back in the game, and Rivas will sit down. Last touch on Mubarak. Salim is coming in for Kuwait, number 14. That's Salim Alenezi. And Ahmed Al-Mutari sits down. Ontiveros from the corner. Fails to ring the bell. Al-Bahar. And Mubarak goes all the way. Fantastic elevation for number 15, Osama Mubarak. And he has 11 points.
That's kind of surprising. I did not realize that he can really fly. And what a way to finish that fast break opportunity for Kuwait. And more importantly, itong kalamangan ng Pilipinas, naibaba na naman sa 6. Tagiwa with his own version of a 3-point shot. His first 3-pointer in this ball game. and 9 points already for Marcus Park Kagiwa.
Gray working inside, and he gets the roll. You like the persistence of Chudney Gray, no? Ito yung player na hindi natataranta kahit anong sitwasyon, ano?
Well, because of his ability to maneuver and add to the fact na he's got great ball handling skills, so he can either go left or can go right. That's about the best defense that Don Ontiveros can offer, but still, itong si Chudney Gray finished off that step back jumper. Ito yung sinasabi natin kanina, ang ganda ng elevation. Definitely, this guy can leap.
Definitely caught everyone by surprise. That was Osama Mubarak, now has 11 points. And Jamil Watkins just picked up his 4th personal foul, and Adukul, lalaki yung mata niya when he saw Watkins in front of him, inatake ka agad, and that paid off as Watkins now forced to sit down with 4 personal fouls.
Yan ang magandang storya para dito sa Philippines. At ito naman si Romel Adukul. Talagang if there is one aspect in this ball game that he should improve on, definitely it is free throw shooting. Dahil because of his brand of play, yung kanyang toughness, every now and then he will go to the free throw line because of the fouls that his opponents gives off. Pero yung unti-unting improvement nakikita na natin. 2 out of 4 from the free throw line para naman dito kay Romel Adukul in this ball game.
So Adukul sits down, and his performance here in the tournament will certainly boost his confidence as he goes back in action in the PBA.
Well, definitely.
That's why I know you're concerned. The assist department, the Nationals lording it over the Kuwaitis, 14-5. And number 14, Salim Alenezi, with a courageous move along the baseline. He was sandwiched by Villanueva and Velasco. And it's Villanueva who gets tagged with a foul, his 2nd personal. So Salim Alenezi on the line. He makes the first free throw.
Well, somebody has to score from inside the paint because of the 4 fouls of Jamil Watkins. So itong Salim, yung 2 points na yon while attacking the basket, will definitely serve Kuwait in good stead. They're only down by 6 points at this point, but Team Philippines in complete control. In fact, itong Kuwait has never tasted the lead here in this ballgame.
3:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. Alapag quarterbacking for Team Pilipinas San Miguel Beer. Alapag finds Kagiwa from the corner, and at the second time, Kagiwa has nailed the triple from that area.
Judgment about itong Team Kuwait is threatening itong Team Philippines. Parating nakakashoot itong si Kagiwa.
Velasco and Salim exchanging some hostile words. Must have bumped into each other in the after that attempt by Mark Kagiwa. Sonny Toss is back in the game, joining Kagiwa, Alapag, Villanueva, and Tony De La Cruz, who has also been sent back.
The rotation of Coach Chot is a little quicker at this, especially in this ball game. Siguro yung sinasabi ko rin yesterday, yung fatigue factor na na-experience itong players from Philippines. Of course, pati yung mga kalaban naman, ganun. Pero mabigat dito sa Philippines, pagkatapos ng laban sa PBA, tuloy-tuloy, sunod-sunod ang laban dito sa Fiba.
So this is a big hulking player for Kuwait. And he makes the first free throw. That's Khaled Al-Yayu Haras. He's in the game because Jamil Watkins is nursing 4 personal fouls, and he makes 1 out of 2. Rebound for Tony De La Cruz. Under 3 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Nationals up by 8. Nationals up by 10. This is the biggest lead for Pilipinas San Miguel Beer, courtesy of Jimmy Alapag.
A great explosive move by Jimmy Alapag. You just don't know how to stop him earlier in his penetration. He finished with his left hand. Kaya naman, right all the way from the backward. Kaya itong si Jimmy Alapag causing a lot of problems dito sa defense ng Kuwait.
Yahya Alvar sinking a 3-pointer from the right side. And he slices down the Nationals lead to 7 as we near the last 2 minutes of play here in the 3rd period. De La Cruz to Alapag. Alapag quickly to Kagiwa for 3. No, in and out. De La Cruz trying to save the ball as he hits the deck. But Kuwait now on a counter-attack. Chudney Gray zigzagging through outside to Mubarak. Over to Albar. Put back, no go. And here's Alapag. With a spin. With a bounce pass for De La Cruz. Oh, there's a shot block by Mubarak. Another shot block. And they're called a jump.
Sayang yun. Nice maneuver, spin move para rito kay Jimmy Alapag to give itong si De La Cruz what he thought was an open layup for him. But this Kuwaiti crew really refuses to give up. Take a look at this slow-mo right here. Ang ganda ng move ni Jimmy Alapag to extricate from that defense. At ito. Well, we've mentioned that Mubarak
can sky. He can sky. And then Tony Toss was blocked from behind. And now this will be a sideline inbound. De La Cruz to Villanueva. A minute and 42 to go in the third quarter. 7-point lead for Pilipinas San Miguel Beer. Miller goes back to De La Cruz, and he's normally automatic from the baseline.
Well, as far as coaching perspective is concerned, you always want to see your crew dish off that extra pass. And for Willie Miller, he should have been able to take that shot, pero he saw it to si Tony La Cruz more open for that shot. But sinasabi natin, blocks 5 para sa Kuwait, 1 para rito sa Philippines. And out of that 5, 3 may bibigay dun kay Watkins.
But Chudney Gray grabbing that basketball away from Willie Miller, but Mubarak loses the handle. Sorry, turnover there for Osama Mubarak. He must have been thinking of a slam dunk in his mind. And he lost the ball. As the leather goes back to the Nationals with a minute and 4 to go in the third quarter. Team Pilipinas up by 9 markers. Here's Miller zigzagging inside all the way, almost but not quite. But there's Villanueva for the follow-up. Too strong, but he gets tagged. That's going to be against Khaled Haras. Number 3 against the hulking big man of Kuwait and the Raging Bull. In a more peaceful state, it's on the free throw line. That was off the mark. That's his first free throw attempt. You look at Jimmy Alapag resting on the bench. Well-deserved rest for the RP team point guard. And the second free throw is no good for Villanueva. Oh, there's Tony, or rather De La Cruz, who got the offensive rebound, but who was partially blocked from behind. Chudney Gray. Al-Bahar. All day to shoot. You know, Kuwait is also loaded with good shooters from Rainbow Country.
Al-Bahar scoring a second three-point shot here in the third quarter. At grabe yung confidence nitong Kuwait in launching, especially itong si Al-Bahar. Running three-point shot there in transition.
Oh, Villanueva just leaving Haras behind for the slam. And it's back to an 8-point lead for the Nationals, 69-61. Only 10 seconds to go before we put a close to the third chapter of this game. Here's Gray. Over to Al-Bahar. He fires again, and he almost makes it. And Mubarak will launch an air ball, and that's how we'll end the third quarter of play with the Nationals building on an 8-point lead, 69-61. The Philippines actually led by as many as 10 points in this quarter. And we'll be back with a payoff period. This is the battle for 5th place in the FedEx 16 Fiba Asia Champions Cup 2005. The most recognizable dome in Philippine sports, the Araneta Coliseum. Nico Halili with the Emperor of Emotion and the Prince of Persistence, Ryan Gregorio, along with the energetic Jason Webb, bringing you all the action only here on ABC Sports. You're catching this on a delayed basis. This is the showdown for 5th place between Kuwait. They're the ones in red. Up against ang sarili natin ng Pilipinas San Miguel Beer wearing white. Welcome to the fourth and final quarter as Mubarak goes inside and dishes off to Haras.
Haras' first field goal here in the ball game, but a very important basket for Kuwait. Whatever they get from here on, especially with Jamil Watkins sitting down, napaka-importante sa kanila dahil wala na sila masyadong options inside the paint. Kaya pati sa defensive stance ito. The Raging Bull just sensed it. Talagang at this point, the advantage in the height will definitely point to the side of Team Philippines. So the last 4 points of Enrico Villanueva game via strong shots inside the paint.
Al-Bahar, Chutney Gray. Chutney Gray zigzagging inside. His shot is blocked by Villanueva, but the whistle is blown. You know, without Watkins and the shaded lane for Kuwait, there is a gaping hole in their interior defense.
That's correct. That's why itong si Enrico Villanueva, parang he's just bullying his way inside. He feels like there's nobody who can stop him on a single coverage, and much so, there's no Jamil Watkins who can offer help from the other side. Kaya ngayon, itong si Enrico proving to be very, very effective here inside the playing court, especially here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go to Jason Webb.
Miko, don't be fooled by the seemingly very patient raging bull that we have right now. There were sweet nothings being said between Enrico and Chutney Gray at the end of the third quarter. So this non-raging bull may not last very long.
Okay,
right?
so ano na pala? Kumukulo na pala. Now ball goes back to the Philippines. There's Villanueva, the subject of our current discussion. 8:43 remaining in the ball game. Kagiwa on the right side. Philippines is playing incredible three-point shooting in this game. As Mark Kagiwa scores on a floater. And Mark Kagiwa now with 14 points. Impressive rebound there for Al-Mutari. Here's Al-Bahar. He fires again. Nice line. Just a bit short. Ahmed. Oh, nice pass for Mubarak. Very nifty play.
A lot of chances for Kuwait to score in that particular possession. Team Philippines not getting the defensive rebounds they needed. And now they wanted to attack it to si Mark Kagiwa. Probably one of his better offensive games here in this tournament. 14 points. And he's a little bit more energetic and more aggressive in attacking the basket.
Now Watkins is sent back despite nursing 4 personal fouls as Haras sits down.
Well, the coaching staff of Kuwait is arguing because the shot clock was reset to 24 and the ball did not hit the rim. So with that block against Kagiwa, dapat nga naman bumaba yung shot clock. And the table officials are now making the necessary adjustments.
You know, the Kuwaiti coaching staff now getting on the case of the table officials here because they were questioning why the shot clock was reset.
Yes.
And then as the shot clock was being adjusted, the time was also moving. So they also complain about the time. Our table officials here are saying, wait, you just wait, huh? We fix this, you just wait, okay?
So nagkakaproblema dito sa ating game clock. 80 seconds.
Now, wait a minute. Now, okay, you know, the clock is reading 78.5 seconds. I don't know what that means.
There's a problem with the table officials now.
But the thing is that Chotres is saying, wait, the officials allowed play to resume. And Adukul apparently made a basket.
Oh yes, it was a well-executed baseline out-of-bounds play, something that Coach Schott really was happy about. But the thing is, imbis na 8 minutes lang nilalaro natin, naging 80 seconds.
Oh, 80 seconds. I really don't know what that means. Now the clock reads 8 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. But now, Team Pilipinas is saying the basket should count because the officials allowed play to resume.
Correct.
And things have gone haywire here in the fourth quarter. As the officials are trying to confer. Okay, so they will reset the shot clock to 10 seconds. That basket earlier will not count. And so action continues here in the fourth quarter. Miller is called for a 5-second violation.
So, the men's cue, nawala rin yung focus ni Willie Miller doon. He issued a nice assist pass earlier to Romel Adukul, but it was nullified on the ensuing play. Natawagan naman siya ng 5 seconds. So, This might just be the opening that Kuwait wants here in this ball game. Yung may temporary loss of focus ang ating Team Pilipinas.
Oh, Villanueva now with 4 personal fouls. That is team foul number 2 against the Philippines. And here's Mubarak. He launches one and he nails it. And Mubarak with 16 points in the game.
And more importantly, ito, sumikit na naman itong kupunan ng Kuwait. Only 4 points ang kanilang inahabol. Ito si Mubarak, 16-3. 3-point shot here in this ball game.
Pagiwa off the mark. Al-Bahar with the rebound. Kuwait down by just 4. With under 8 minutes to go in the payoff period. Here's Chutney Gray. Ever so shifty, but he loses the ball. There's a swipe by De La Cruz, being faced by Ahmed. And there's a foul against Ahmed Al-Mutari, which will send De La Cruz to the charity stripe. So, defensive gem there on the part of Tony De La Cruz. And John Reyes continuing to protest what happened moments ago. As the Nationals call a timeout with 7:18 to go in the final quarter. Lamang po ang Team Pilipinas, San Miguel Beer, 73-69. Okay, back inside the big dome. So here's what happened earlier. They let the play resume. The clock was still haywire at this point. And then Adugol makes the basket. And now, Chot Reyes is saying, if you resume the action, you should count that basket even if the clock was reading 80 seconds.
That's right. And to see Coach Chot Reyes definitely unpleased with the way things are turning out to be after being on top by 10 points. Our team, Philippines, is only enjoying a 4-point lead. And worse, it was the Tony De La Cruz muffed his first free throw shot.
So De La Cruz makes it a 5-point ball game in favor of Pilipinas. San Miguel Beer, 74-69. Let's go to Jason Webb.
Miko, we were talking about the Peaceful Bull and Chutney Gray. Apparently the reason why they know each other is that memorable trip of Red Bull to Dubai, Brunei rather, and actually Chutney Gray was part of that team where there was a slight incident involving the Raging Bull, guys.
That's right. My team together with Red Bull, nandun kami dun sa Brunei. Itong si Watkins and si Chutney Gray, they're both playing for South Korea. Doon yung nagka-problema itong si Villanueva, also because of his Raging Bull attitude.
That's not attitude. That is called instincts. 6:26 to go in the ball game. 74-69. 5-point lead for the Nationals. Here's Miller. Oh, they gave him the shot. Trying to go off the glass. Miller will get the ball back. New shot clock here for the Nationals, and Velasco was fouled inside.
Chutney Gray will be guilty for his first personal foul and the second team foul para dito sa Kuwait. Yung free throws ulit masusubukan itong Team Pilipinas. 1 out of 2 from that from the stripe. It was Velasco, but he fully sinks his first free throw shot. A total of 6 points already here for Nick Velasco.
You know, for many PBA fans, maaaring ang sitwasyon para sa kanila when, you know, nasanay sila watching the PBA and now they watch international competition, many of them for the first time perhaps, parang nagugulat din sila dun sa yung faster pace of the game, the breakneck speed of the game, na yung parang pagtingin mo sa orasan mo, fourth quarter na pala. Mabilis. Diba? Mabilis, diba?
Kasi una-una, imbis na 12 minutes na nilalaro, 10 minutes lang per quarter. At talaga mas mabilis ang pace dahil lang coaches, ang kanilang binibigyan ng importance really is the primary offense, which is usually a fast break situation.
Here's Kagiwa with a pull-up. Missing the target there, and so with under 6 minutes to go in the payoff period, Kuwait looking at a 4-point deficit. Chutney Gray swings it over to Al-Bahar, and now to Watkins. Ahmed outside. Oh, Mubarak. That ball going through his hands for a turnover.
So itong si Ahmed did not really have enough space to launch that shot underneath, so he opted to give off that pass to the outside. Unfortunately for Kuwait, unfortunately for the Philippines, ito may chance na naman itong Philippines to increase the 4-point lead in trying right now.
Alapag back in the game. Now quarterbacking At his crucial juncture, and he was fouled by Mubarak, trying to reach in and grab that ball away from Malapag. Second personal against Osama Mubarak. Neither team in a penalty so far, with 5 and 11 to go in the ball game. Here's Velasco for three. That's short. Sonny Gray fires a pass for Ahmed. Ahmed chased by Miller, and he scores the two. And right now, Kuwait is knocking on the door, down by just 2 points.
Well, the things that are maybe in the mind of Coach Chodres now, it's missing as far as the shot, but it's unforgivable if you miss a shot and nobody goes down and defend the transition. That's exactly what Kuwait did.
Who gets the ball? It goes to Mubarak, and now Kuwait with an opportunity to tie the game. Maybe even grab the lead. And Mahar gets the lead for Kuwait. 77-76 with 4 and 31 to go in the fourth quarter. The Nationals trying to bounce back. Miller, bounce pass. Atukul with a layup.
Romel Adukul, his first basket here in the fourth quarter, but very timely because of that shot of Al-Bahar. That was the first taste of the lead of Kuwait, and right now the upper hand again nandito sa Philippines.
We're nearing the 4-minute mark of the payoff period. Gray to Watkins. Watkins cross court. Mubarak takes the ball. 2 seconds to shoot. And shot clock expires on Kuwait, and Chutney Gray
Definitely a case
is
of
hurt.
cramps. Yeah, a case of cramps.
I don't think he has had any rest in this
That's
game.
right. Oh.
I don't think he has ever been replaced in this game.
This is definitely a factor because of the number of games that this imports, and also the minutes that they're expected to play all throughout this Champions Cup. Kaya ngayon, itong si Chutney Gray still down on the floor, wincing in pain. This might be costly para rito sa Kuwait, especially with only 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in this ball game, and Philippines up by only 1 point.
So action should resume here. No timeouts has been asked, and no timeouts have been given here. .3:50 to go in the payoff period. Pilipinas San Miguel Beer holding on to a precarious 1-point lead, 78-77 in this battle for 5th place. And the officials waiting for the Kuwaiti medical staff to bring Gray off the playing court and back to their bench as action resumes here. Very crucial juncture of the game. Nationals led by as many as 10 points. Right now it's just a 1-point lead as Miller goes to town. And Willie Miller now with 6 points.
There has to be a little sense of urgency here for Team Pilipinas, and you can see Romel Adukul earlier with that layup shot, and this time you can see Willie Miller. Not really the usual production of Willie Miller, only 6 points. It's already quite a basket right now for Team Pilipinas.
That's a bad pass. Here's Miller. Miller twirls, and he is fouled. That's going to be against number 8, Abdulaziz Shuaib. And the Kuwaiti coaching staff now calls a timeout. A timeout is asked by head coach Mohamed Al-Bader. And we'll be back with 3:12 to go with the Philippines on top by 3, 80-77. Back inside the Araneta Coliseum, time remaining in the game, 3 minutes and 12 seconds. And Velasco with an under-goal stab, and that will create some separation here between the Philippines and Kuwait. Now the Nationals are up by 5, 82-77. So quick counter attack by the Nationals when Kuwait was about to dictate the tempo of this game. Kuwait actually led by 1 momentarily. Here's Watkins down low, almost but not quite.
Well, 6 unanswered points here para rito sa Team Philippines, and what is nice for Team Philippines is they've been showing great execution on their baseline out of bounds play. And for Kuwait naman, ito si Jamil Watkins really has to take everything into his hands dahil with the absence of Chudley Gray because of an injury, kailangan siya talaga ang manguna dito sa opensa ng Kuwait.
Costly free throw misses from Jamil Watkins. Para po sa Pilipinas, San Miguel Beer, they have Miller, Alapag, Aducul, Velasco, and Ontiveros on the court. Here's Willie Miller. He goes all the way. Oh, Miller has scored crucial baskets in this stage of the game.
Well, that's right. He did not play a lot of minutes in the first half, so now he's rejuvenated and 4 points. Almost in the same manner, layup shots and points inside the paint para rito kay Willie.
Watkins. And that's a baseline connection for number 11, Ahmed Al-Muhtari. Getting the handoff from Watkins was double teamed. And it's a 5-point game in favor of the Philippines, 84-79, as we hit the last 3 minutes of the game. Here's Miller on the move. Oh, in a tight situation there, held up by the defense. Velasco trying to save the ball. Under 2 minutes to play in this battle for 5th place. That pass issued by Ahmed. Steal by the Nationals. And right now, the Philippines holding on to a 5-point lead, 84-79. They have the basketball. It is in the hands of Jimmy Alapag. Alapag outside on Ontiveros. Yes, sir!
Credit that shot by Don Ontiveros with nifty assist pass by Jimmy Alapag. And it goes without saying that for us to be effective in international competitions, we should be able to hit those shots from the outside, and we should have a guard who can create scoring opportunities for his teammates. Wide open shot here for Don.
Had a big dome, a minute and 26 remaining in the 4th quarter. You know, Kuwait just moments ago was holding on to a 1-point lead. And then itong Pilipinas biglang nagising behind Alapag, Ontiveros, and Willie Miller.
That's correct. Time is running out here for Kuwait, and Chudley Gray, despite that injury, goes back to the hard court. And another turnover. So in as much as Team Philippines made crucial baskets here in the 4th quarter, ang importanteng nangyari sa kanila, they were able to make defensive stops and create a lot of turnovers, and that proved to be very disastrous on the campaign of Kuwait.
The Nationals responding very well to the pressure. Right after Kuwait rested the lead, Alapag, Ontiveros, Aducul, Velasco, and Miller went to work and reclaimed the lead. And not only reclaimed the lead, they have built this 87-79 advantage at pwede patagdagan yan ni Romel Aducul with his adventure on the strike.
Well, Romel Aducul misadventure once again from the strike. Still 10 points, and another aspect in Romel Aducul's ball game na hindi masyadong nakita really, but proved to be very, very effective. Yung defense niya kay Jamil Watkins, of course, itong initial defender ni Jamil, or the primary defender is Aducul, but a lot of double teams also coming from the other guys. Jamil Watkins scoreless here in the 3rd and the 4th quarter.
And Kuwait might go into a fouling spree here. They are in penalty with 58 seconds to go in the final quarter. You know, going back to Aducul, he also got Watkins in foul trouble.
Totoo yun, dahil with this aggressive plays, itong si Watkins did not have a lot of options but to foul Romel Aducul, and itong si Watkins simply did not have his game going in the 3rd and the 4th quarters, while on the other hand naman, aside from na-mention natin si Romel Aducul, ang ganda ng pag-describe ni Jason Webb dito kay Jimmy Alapag. He's the one that glues this team together, and true enough, 11 points already. It was 9 assists.
Oh, and for a while, the Philippines was playing without Alapag. As Al-Bahar has been connecting all night long, and he has 17 points. So Kuwait still knocking on that door, down by 6, 90-84, with 49.66 remaining in the game. And all Kuwait can do right now is give a foul, stop the clock, and hope the Nationals miss their free throws.
And Al-Bahar continues to shoot from the outside. This is their only chance. Hope for the Philippines to miss and for Al-Bahar or even Gray or Mubarak to shoot well from the three-point area. You've mentioned it, itong si Al-Bahar. 17 points and 15 coming from the three-point area.
There's assistant coach Don Richigo right beside Binky Pavis. And Alapag, who is finally wearing the national colors in international competition, a leading candidate for best player of the game.
Oh, yes.
Should the Philippines go on to win, and that should be a traveling violation against Chutney Gray. He's clearly bothered by his cramping leg. He had to leave the ball game a couple of minutes ago because of the cramps, and now has to play with a hurting leg, and with only 36 seconds to go. Looks like Team Pilipinas San Miguel Beer will walk away with 5th place here in the FedEx 16 FIBA Asia Champions Cup.
It's actually the best finish for Philippines in the last 7 years. Since 1997, they have not tasted that 5th place. Pero in 1996 naman, that was the last time that we won it all because of a particular import whose name is Tony Harris. The Hurricane.
Tony Harris lang naman eh. Just to recap the performance of Pilipinas San Miguel Beer in this tournament as time begins to wind down. In the opening game, the Nationals defeated India handily 81-69. In the second game, the Nationals defeated Kazakhstan 88-67. And then they bumped into Iran, which defeated the Nationals by 10, 85-75. And in the quarterfinals, the Nationals lost to Lebanon, a heartbreaking 10-point loss. And then, the last game of the elimination round, they lost to Lebanon. In the quarters, they lost to Jordan by 10. Last night, they defeated Syria. And today, they capture 5th place by defeating Kuwait 96-84, thanks to a late fourth quarter run.
That's right. When Kuwait tasted their very first lead at 77 to 76, yung players naman natin led by Willie Miller and Jimmy Alapag uncorked a 19-8 run para naman dito sa ating victory to peg the game at 96-84.
So we'll be back with more from the Big Dome, and Coach Ryan promises to explain how the Philippines won this game after these important messages.
Jimmy, 13 points, 9 assists, our best player of today's ball game. We talked at the half about you being the glue, and you seem to groove that again today.
You know, we knew, it's been a long week for everybody, and we know the next tournament won't be till probably next month. So we really want to leave this tournament off on a good note. And the guys have been fighting all week. Our main goal is to keep trying to improve, and I think tonight we took another step forward.
There seemed to be a conscious effort just to show that who the number 1 point guard right now is for the team, because you definitely seem to have stepped up your game for this tournament.
Not necessarily. We've got a lot of great players in this team. It's the most important thing is for us to mesh together as a group. And again, when I'm on the floor, I just try to do the best I can, to help fit into that mold. And again, our main thing is just trying to get experience and keep trying to improve. And hopefully, from here on, we can continue to move forward and get better.
Thanks, Jimmy, and congratulations for a good tournament. Right now, kasama natin si Coach Chot Reyes. Coach, we did finish very well considering it's been 7 years since we've landed this high in the tournament. What was your assessment of the entire team?
Well, I'm tremendously proud of the players. I mean, I know that we haven't been playing well in this tournament, but it's a program and it's a process. Our first objective was to first learn how to play the international game and then learn how to play together. Only after that can we learn how to play well. So I think the two objectives have been met. We've learned a lot about the international game, and we've learned a lot about each other. And now we're ready to go to the next step and start playing well. So for me, this was a tremendous tournament for us.
I think a lot of people have to remember that we are one of the few teams na talaga naman hindi nag-field ng import. Since panay local yung pinield natin, sino ba dun sa mga locals natin seem to have really shown it here for the international game?
That's very tough to answer because You see the way we play the players, we really spread the minutes, and it's very hard for a single player or a couple of players to shine with what we did in this tournament. But just to give you a very short answer, the guys that impressed me most were the guys who did not get too much playing time, like Sanitos coming off the bench, Rafi Ribis, and Rendon Ritualo. I mean, they hardly started. We made sure that everyone started at least one game here. But the least starts were those guys, Sanitos and Rendon. They only started once. And still they were in the game. They made tremendous contributions off the bench. Rendon obviously offensively, but Sunny in other ways on defense and with his energy. Of the other guys, I mean, we all know what they can do. We all know their talent. What impressed me about all of them was their desire to come in and work together and really subjugate their own individual games for the good of the team.
Coach, lastly, I know you have a schedule in your head for this entire team. Are we on course after this tournament?
Yes, definitely. I think the gains that we made here were tremendous. Like you said, we are the highest placed all local team. We placed 5th, and we placed better than 2 teams with 2 imports. So, you know, I don't think that can be that's not something to be ashamed of. So yes, we're right on course. It's a 3-year program. We're just in the 3rd month. So it's basically we're just in the first 10% of our preparation. So I'm very happy.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations for a very good tournament. Guys, actually, before we go back to the guys, let's pause for a few reminders.
Back with the remaining moments of our coverage of the Pilipinas-Kuwait showdown, which Pilipinas San Miguel Beer won 96-84, thus capturing 5th place. It is 16th FIBA Asia Champions Cup brought to you by FedEx. We're just coming off that interview with head coach Chot Reyes. In the 3rd month of this 3-year program, the Nationals winning 5th place in this tournament. Can you put things in perspective, Coach Ryan?
We're in the step towards the right direction. Definitely, we did not end up with the way we wanted to end, that is enter the finals, but still yung objectives, yun ang pinaka-importante sa atin, learning the FIBA rules or learning international competition and playing together. And just like what Coach Chot Reyes said, after that, that's the only time we can play well, and we're all hoping that eventually this team will definitely play well, and this is really the pride of this country, basketball, and this team, Pilipinas.
And this team, itong Pilipinas San Miguel Beer, slated to compete in the Jones Cup, hopefully in July, and maybe even the Asian Championships in Doha, Qatar in September. So the best the fans can do is pray for the national team as it continues to prepare for future international competitions. And prepare for our upcoming game, the finals, the championship game in the Asian Champions Cup. That's going to be between Qatar and Jordan. That's happening in just a short while. On behalf of Jason Webb, my partner, the Prince of Persistence and the Emperor of Emotion on the sidelines, Coach Ryan Gregorio, I'm Miko Alini saying thank you, and thank you for joining us in this coverage. Team Pilipinas San Miguel Beer winning over Kuwait at 96-84 to capture 5th place in the FIBA Asia Champions Cup. Good day, everyone. Buena Alto, Pilipinas.
Andiyan ka pala, dito ako. Oh, nice. Ito, mukhang target shooting ito. Dito sa FedEx 16 FIBA Asia Champions Cup 2005.
Next on this